All right, Reg Martin here for Billings, Montana. Boom, boom. Trump is doing it again, and it was trade with China and the exchanges and other manipulations of the trade and deficits and so forth. And with the Federal Reserve gold standard that's coming and Treasury. There's more involved in this than I can even possibly get into or say. This guy touches a little bit of it.
Traitorous rat bastards selling out American ingenuity, money, manufacturing, and technology because they're getting rich off of it.
China, meanwhile, is focused on higher value production and emerging technologies, everything from robotics to artificial intelligence. Blue-collar America may be suffering.
And that is why President Trump is making huge gains and winning for the American people. And of course, the mainstream media is not covering it because they're Marxist. And what is the ultimate goal of Marxism, if not communism, which is total government control? And I am of the strong opinion that President Trump is going to, it's not going to happen in his first term as president. It's probably not going to happen even in the first half of his second term. In other words, it's probably not going to even happen in the first 6 years of his presidency. But by the end of President Trump's 2 years, as 2 terms as president, we will be, our dollar will be backed once again by precious metals, and it'll be very hard for people to manipulate currency against the American dollar again. He is going to audit the Fed, then probably do away with it, give Congress back the ability to print coin and our money, and it'll be backed by gold and or silver. And in 6 years from now, you guys will be saying, BCP, you're right. President Trump, even those of you who are on the fence of President Trump or still don't like President Trump, you are going to realize what a great pro-American president he is being right now, has been the whole time, but we're not going to see the fruits of this for a while. That is why we haven't seen.
But we're also talking about getting our treasury back, putting money into that treasury as well, putting funds in that coffer, and getting rid of the world banks, the Federal Reserve, and the power of the Federal Reserve, and getting back on the gold standard. All this is combined together, as well as trading with other countries. And this is not just the United States. This is going worldwide. So China is going to have to come up to the table and do different deals than they're currently doing. And this is going to go worldwide. This is going to affect countries worldwide. It's a worldwide effort. That's what they're not covering. Not even close. We've talked somewhat about this, but we're just scratching the surface. And like this guy said, this is the greatest American president ever because of what he's doing for the manipulation of the markets, gold, trade with China and other countries, and getting rid of the Federal Reserve, working on the IRS, working away from the world banks, getting our money back on a gold standard, and printing our money without with our own names on it and not as a Federal Reserve notes. Putting money back into our own treasury, controlling that treasury, as the Secretary of Treasury, using laws that Andrew Jackson had in place and did get rid of the world banks 81 years ago. And we're going to do this again. This is why Andrew Jackson picture is in President Trump's room and behind the cameras and so forth. He's one of the great heroes, Andrew Jackson, and President Trump is only going to be one of the great American presidents and heroes again, making this country better off financially than ever before. It's going to affect all markets, all trading with China, and it's going to affect things worldwide.
Seen a lot of things happen. We haven't seen a lot of the indictments, arrests, and perp walks that we want to happen because all of these things are intermingled. And the biggest thing we need to do is make sure that we have our manufacturing base back. And why is that? It's for our safety and security. We can't have China producing everything and then cutting us off. Now, one thing that another flip side they do after a while is China will start to increase the value of their currency so that they can grow on the world stage and kind of ice us out. Because all of a sudden now it's going to be kind of expensive for us to start doing things in China. Once they get to the place they want to, they're consuming, they're buying their own goods, and they're starting to get more independent. They will have built their entire wealth on our backs, and that's dangerous. And then we get to a point where we're not even manufacturing our own things. The Chinese have all of our technology. For instance, look at this. Look at this plane. This is a Chinese plane that's built on our technology, stolen, transferred over in ways that they should not have had access to. And that is what President Trump is negotiating with Liu He, of the Communist Party, the main economist over there. President Trump, mark my words, already is, but by the end of his 2 terms, you also will be convinced he is the greatest president the United States has ever had. That's a bold claim, but look what he's doing right now for us.
From China, we believe that it is very likely that it will happen, and we hope that ultimately we'll have a deal. And the Chinese side is ready to make our utmost effort.
I think we both feel that way. I think we both feel that there's a very good chance that the deal will happen.
President Trump will do it. He will get the deal done. And when he does, that'll set the stage. We'll have a steady economy. We'll have, even though our currency is a fiat or fake currency not based on any precious metal, he will get that stable, and then that'll set the stage to be able to audit the Fed, do away with them, and eventually put us back on a gold standard. And for that I say, God bless our duly elected and beloved President Donald John Trump. I appreciate you being here. Hope
This is powerful news, and we need to understand what's going on here. It is life-changing, world-changing, and it's going to be massive. Good news, Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Look at what's going on. Look behind the news, because Trump and Q have already announced that they're going to do these things. It's coming, and it's about time. Again, this is the greatness of Trump and the people that are working with him, and it will bless this nation and it will bless the world. In Jesus Christ's name, we need to pray for him and support him, and the other people need to be put in their place. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.